खाली क्यों छोड़िए?
Hi sir, please. Hi Lokesh, please come.
A very good morning to one and all present here. With hearts full of excitement and immense pride, we welcome you to Buniyaad, the Foundation Programme of Maharaja Agrasen Business School for the PGDM batch of 2025-27. To begin this auspicious day on spiritually uplifting note, I request everyone to please rise and join us in chanting of the Gayatri mantra together. Let's invoke positivity, wisdom, strength, and as we embark on this beautiful journey.
Isn't just a business school. It's a journey rooted in the powerful legacy of Maharaja Agrasen Technical Education Society. This institution was born with a vision to create a batch that will carry this legacy forward with passion and purpose. So fasten your seatbelts, everyone, because today is not just about rituals and speeches. It's beyond stories, spirit, and seeds sowing for tomorrow. Let's begin.
As we continue to seek the blessings of divine, let us now pay homage to the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and learning, Ma Saraswati. I invite our respected dignitaries and guests to join us for the Saraswati Vandana, followed by the lighting of the ceremonial lamp.
फोटो की जरूरत नहीं है। ये पेज पे
A true academic leader, a mentor, and a visionary who has played an instrumental role in shaping the ethos and identity of MABS. With decades of experience in academia and leadership, he brings not just the knowledge but immense passion and purpose to every student interaction, every strategic move, and every initiative this institution undertakes. Academic Director Dr. Sanjeev Marwa to deliver the welcome address.
Chancellor of Maharaja Agrasen University, Dr. Nand Kishore Garg, Desai, Director General of MAIT, Dr. S.S. Deswal, Director of MAIT, Avinash Aggarwal ji, Kapil Arora ji, Partner at Grant Thornton, Dean of MAIT Bansal ji, Amit Gautam ji, dear faculty colleagues, and our esteemed guest of honor, Lokesh ji. It's a pleasure and thank you Lokesh ji for accepting the invite. Our founder, we can take him for granted and we can invite him, but with you I know it was a difficult call. I'm sure most of you will know more about him when he comes and speaks to you during the program. But companies like Microsoft, companies like Cementech, million lights. There will be many more, which you will come to know that he has worked and moved on. In fact, there is hardly any large company in technology business where he has not worked and moved on. Today, of course, he works with Amazon and is the South Asia head of the organization. It's a very auspicious day, as mentioned, and we are welcoming the cohort of 2027, and I am grateful to the students cohort of 2025 and 2026 who have accepted our invite to be here as part of the program today. It's a foundation day, and foundation is extremely important. The strength of a building is known by the strength of its foundation, not by the height of the building. And when we talk about a business program, here also the strength of a PGDM program will be known by the foundation that we have built. As business students, you have come from varied backgrounds. Some of you have been exposed to accountancy in terms of your BCom degree. Some of you have come from science background. Some of you have come from technology background. We even accept students from music background because as far as the business is concerned, it's there in every part of our social life. And therefore, this foundation program, which also is colloquially referred as the equalization program, so that students who have not been exposed to technology can be exposed to technology, students who have not been exposed to accounting can be given some exposure to accounting practices, students who have not been exposed to business at all can be exposed to basic business, and that is what this program over the next 6 weeks is going to be all about. Equalization and foundation program to build up on a PGDM program which will be lasting about 1.5 or 2 years. In fact, one of my interaction informally I had shared with you, we call our business school to be a serious business school. We call it a serious business school because somehow in this country the education is not taken seriously at the graduate level or a postgraduate level by many large number of institutions. So there is a implicit understanding that you have to be in the campus once in a while, 20-25% attendance, some management happens, certain things, some magic happens on the day of roll number issuance, and you get roll numbers and you get to write the exams, and exams are also very similar to the last 10-year question paper, so it's very difficult to fail or not to be able to qualify and not being able to get a degree or certification. Certification is not the purpose you have come here for, and that is why it's important for you and us to understand what is a serious business school. There are 3 differentiators which Dr. Vandana has been trying to package it all together on a website. So if you see a website, you would have understood how we are trying to differentiate ourselves from the other business schools. There are 3 major factors on which we as a business school work and focus on. So the first one is, what are the 3 factors which are 3 differentiators on which a business school is supposed to excel? The first one,
Industrial exposure.
industry.
Industrial exposure.
Yes, the corporate interface or industry interface. That's extremely important. Why? Because you will belong to the corporate for the next 25-30 years. We are preparing you for an industry journey or a corporate journey. And how do we prepare you? By working very closely with the industry. The very fact that we signed up with Grant Thornton even before the program got started, and I remember the day our founder, chairman, had accompanied us to their office when we signed the agreement, well ahead even when the AICT approval was obtained, is a testimony to the focus that we give to the industry association. And I do not know how many of you have seen the website, but let me tell you, we are proud that there is association with Action Group, Z Group, EC Jewelers, Auto Industries, Minda Group, Home Logistic, Unity Group, Bharat Rasayan Limited, Sun City Projects, Crystal Group, Surya Roshni Group, Microtech International Group, and many other listed companies. All these are part of the association which have helped us to form this trust to get initiated and grow over the last few years. With that strong industry support, we have been able to move up and start a business school which is focusing on corporate interface. And corporate interface is not only limited to having industry guests like Mr. Mehra in the classroom. That of course is a practice with us where we invite industry professionals in the classroom. We also have certain courses taught by the consultants of Grand Thornton who come over here and teach the courses. But beyond that, we also expect our students to be in the field, in the corporate, in terms of industrial visits, in terms of classes being held in Grand Thornton's office. It might sound a little interesting to you, but every month we have sessions in the Grand Thornton's office only because we want you to see your future workplace. Many of you probably do not have exposure to how a workplace looks like. It's only when you land up in a world big six company and you see that there is no cabin, there is no fixed place for anybody, that you realize that this is what the workplace is. Workplace is your laptop, your iPad, and that is all. It's not the desk, it is not the office that many of us visualize your workplace to be. But that's the corporate as on date. Corporate interface will go beyond the exchange of faculty coming in and you going there. There would be case studies in the classroom, and we discuss live case studies in the classroom. Zomato exposure. I remember last year we were discussing district, whether it will do well or not, and whether district is a good investment by Zomato or not. And you would see that every day we will be discussing Economic Times newspaper, but beyond the newspaper we are discussing the business stories of the day. I remember like yesterday we had a very large company which had come out with Kitrim AI. What was the company? Which company in India has established Kitrim AI? Hello? Kitrim is first large LLM model experimented by one of our legendary business houses, which is also into the electric scooter EV business. It had come with its IPO last year. And I remember me, Hitesh were conducting the session, and then the IPO was offered at 55 rupees. Remember that? And Hitesh mentioned, I will not pay 60 rupees for this IPO. And the IPO opened at what? 80 rupees, went to 150 rupees, and we were holding our horses that let the dust settle, let the equilibrium settle. Today the same company is sold at 45 rupees. That's what it deserved. What happened was, yeah, of course. But that's what it deserved. So there is a market value, there is a marketed value, and we must understand the real value of companies. We will be discussing these cases, engaging case studies right from the corporate world day in, day out with you. With our experience, it would be not inputs to invest in those companies, it would be inputs as what real valuation should be of a particular conglomerate or a large house. You know why we were not expecting this to do well? Because it was getting into the LLM area. You understand, all of you understand AI these days and AI and LLM. The focus cannot be on LLM for an Indian company because there are big daddies like Google and Microsoft which are already into it. We have to get into SLM, small language model, as Desai has been pushing us, and of course we now know that that is where the business and the technology is likely to meet. So our students have to be trained on those SLM potentials, small language potentials, because they are the one which is going to change the corporate. AI is here to stay. We cannot wish it away. But how is it going to change our landscape? It will change the landscape of business, like many other technologies. You cannot close your eyes and say that probably I will not be impacted. There are businesses which have been impacted. I remember we used to pay 30,000 rupees to get a telephone installed in a house. We used to go to PCOs and STD booths to make our calls. Nobody uses STD booth these days. A call between the king or the president of one country to another country used to cost tens of thousands of dollars because they have to speak with their counterpart in another country. These days, a common man speaks to another common man absolutely free of cost. That's the power of technology. I'm sure today you will get another snapshot of technology, but the cost of technology has been going down with every passing year. The number of bits, million instructions per second, or number of chips on the same space is getting doubled every 1.5 years. That's Moore's law. Moore's law was probably what, 1980s? 78. So 78 and today 2025. Held back. Today also it holds good. That means the number of chips on that same square space or the million instructions per second will double every 1.5 years. It's been doubling. So when the more data travels, when the chipset becomes smaller and your mobile phone becomes more powerful than the supercomputer of earlier years, the business will definitely change. Because to some extent, technology impacts technology. After some time, the technology starts impacting everything, which means the social systems, which means the quality of life, which means that the businesses will change. And businesses are changing. The business that you will join might not be the business that this change is for real. Some businesses that you might join today, tomorrow, will cease to exist 10 years from now. Some of them will cease to exist 30 years from now. The shape of businesses will continue to change. We can probably discuss in economic class the power of money and how money changes, but businesses definitely changes. For a business school student, when we prepare you for the next 35 years, we also know that we have to prepare you for the changes in your life journey. And those changes are for real. When you talk to somebody in the age of 50s, or perhaps our chairman when he speaks, he will talk about generations of businesses where he invested, where he's put in his effort. What used to exist, what was common today is probably uncommon or not even visible today. Such is the nature of business. So when we plan a journey for you for next 25, 30, 35 years, we also understand that we have to put in a lot of effort to ensure that you remain relevant for the next 35 years. We are not preparing you for the job on the day one. We are preparing you for a career in the corporate. And that is where the focus is. The second, of course, as I mentioned, the technology which I have touched, and the third interface is, let's welcome our General Secretary, Gayatri. There is a learning in the classroom, there is a learning beyond the classroom. And we have discussed that, and I am sure all of you understand that this is a 9 AM to 9 PM program, where you have your own time from 4:30 to 6 o'clock, which is your time to travel back home. That is the only time left to you, which is commuting time. We will have classes, we will have meetings, 7 PM onwards till 9 PM, and that time still belongs to the campus between you and us. So if there is assessment happening at 8 o'clock, You cannot say that I could not reach home or I was traveling elsewhere. Not acceptable. In fact, most of our online LMS assessments happen in the evening at 8 o'clock. Your seniors who are sitting in this group will validate that assessments happen at 8 o'clock because we do not want our interaction times to be wasted in your assessments. Assessments are also learning systems, but they can wait till evening 8 o'clock. All the meetings of the campus, including your mentor meetings, your placement meetings, your class participation meeting, will take place in the evening. They will not take place in the classroom hours. So, when I say serious business school, I want to verify and I want you to understand that we are into a 9 to 9 kind of relationship, and after that we also expect you to would have come prepared for the news next morning at 9 a.m. And the students of the previous batches will tell you that to read out the news over here from 9 to 9:30 does not mean that you pick up newspaper on the way and come here, because it is a very, very competitive business. All 4 houses are vying for the number 1 slot. Therefore, the preparation for the next morning news must begin previous evening. And the news gets published late in the night. In the morning, when you are there is sometimes there is a flash of news, but broadly you can prepare your morning news in the evening itself. So we expect, and it does happen, there are students who come prepared with lots of news and views in the morning at 8:55 in this room to get a higher score, and then the reward of 1 lakh rupees which gets to the kitty of the group, which becomes the winner. I am telling you all this because that's the system with which we operate. It's not going to be easy. It's little difficult because the background you come from and the kind of life you lead here is different. It's a professional course, and professional expectations for any course are definitely very, very intense compared to a regular program in any university or any college. And we expect our students to be prepared for it. Corporate ready, learning beyond classroom, meaning that there is a learning in the classroom, but there is effort to prepare you for learning beyond classroom hours. You like it or not like it. Roll number 1, 11, 21, 31, 41, 51 is the group you have to work with. You have preferences? Yes. We have preferences? Yes. But when it comes to working, you don't choose your partners. You don't choose your boss. You don't choose your employees who will be reporting to you. Sometimes you don't even choose the person who's sitting next to you. Maybe you would have worked together in some other company or this company together. That's real life. And real life, my dear friends, is not easy. It's not easy. It's like Life of Pi. Life of Pi, have you seen the movie? I'm sure everybody in the class has seen the movie. And Mr. Richard Parker. Who is Mr. Richard Parker?
Tiger.
The tiger on the boat. The interesting part is that the boat has only the tiger and you. And there is a journey, day and night, and you are sailing together. You have not chosen Richard Parker. Richard Parker has not chosen you. You are on a boat which is in the sea and a tiger and you. Imagine that today, a tiger in the room and you in the room. Till the time you leave this room or tiger leave this room, you have to manage it. It's not easy, yes, but life is like that. You don't choose partners, you don't choose colleagues, you don't choose seniors, but you have to learn to work with them. So when somebody comes and tells me, I don't want 31 in a group, sorry. It's decided you have to work with him or her. No friends, no groups. That's what real life is all about. I'm sure when corporate, also which are here today, we have 2 of them, when they come and tell you. They'll tell you that's what real life is all about. Nobody works from 9 to 6, even 9 to 9, maybe beyond. And sometimes, changing cities twice a week. That's what corporate life is all about. And we have to prepare you for that. And that is what this program is all about. Tough. You will get the support of faculty members. You have already seen on the website, you have interacted with some of them. You will interact with many of them in the next few weeks. You will see a quality award-winning program being delivered to you. We will show you movies, we will have interaction with you. But it would be all on a platform with a serious business. When I say serious means we expect you to come prepared for the classroom. If the case, which is 20-page case which has been given to you, you are expected to come with that, having read the case to the classroom. If you have not come prepared, if the teacher throws you out of the class and says, sorry friend, you have not read the case, you are going to be wasting your time and my time, you can go to the library, do not come to anybody's office for a recommendation. We do not disturb the faculty members' decision, they are fine. Hitesh ji sitting here, and many of you, this smile tells you, he comes and votes the room from inside. And I have seen almost everybody has tried his hand to come to my office and asking for a, sir, if you can just sign the application. That's not acceptable. You have to learn to be here at 8:55. That's the time. So friends, it's not easy, but the life outside is also not easy. You want a package of 1 lakh rupees per month, you have to understand that the corporate will give you 1 lakh per month only because you deserve it. You earn more than that for the company and company rewards you with a good package. It is not given to you because of a piece of paper or a certification which you have. Nobody pays you for your degree. They pay you for the effort that you put in for the organization. That's the reality of the life. It's going to be tough 1.5 years. I welcome you to Maharaja Agrasen Business School, and I promise you on behalf of the faculty, staff of Maharaja Agrasen Business School, that wherever part of the world you would be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when you look back this 1.5 to 2 years, you will probably say that I am a proud alumni of Maharaja Agrasen Business School. That's our job, and we promise you we will not leave any stone unturned to ensure that you have 1.5 years of good learning outcomes. Welcome to the new beginning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very insightful speech. We now proceed to a deeply symbolic gesture, the presentation of planters to our esteemed guests, symbolizing growth, sustainability and fresh beginnings. I request Dr. Maharaja to kindly present the planters to Dr. Nand Kishore Garg, an esteemed founder, chairman of Maharaja Agrasen Technical Education Society, to Mr. Kapil Arora, partner at Grand Thornton, Bharat. To our General Secretary, T.R. Garg. Mr. G.V. Desai ji.
एक मिनट जरा सर बोले पहले लोकेश महाराज जी का सबसे लास्ट में प्लेटफॉर्म है जीवी देसाई सर
To extend our gratitude to our chief guest, I would now invite our respected founder, chairman MABS, Dr. Nand Kishore Garg, to present the planter to Mr. Lokesh Mehra as a mark of welcome and respect.
Thank you very much.
Huge round of applause.
हमें प्लेसमेंट सपोर्ट चाहिए होगा आपसे. Hi. Thank you very much for coming in and supporting us.
Alright everyone, now it's time to spill the beans on what makes MABS more than just another B school. Think of MABS as a place where boardroom meets campus vibes. Since launching in 2023, we've been the cool new kids of B school block, filled with ideas, innovation and insane energy. From morning classes to midnight brainstorming and from cracking cases studies to create startups, we do it all, and we do it with style, of course. We have got mentors who are as chill as they are wise, clubs that feel like families, and events that leave you with more memories than your phone gallery can hold. So, if you're wondering that MABS culture it's simple, learn hard, learn smart, laugh louder, welcome to the magic of MABS. And now, let's hear from the voices who've truly lived MABS journey. We've invited some of our brightest students to share their stories, the highs, the learnings, the friendships, and even the fun chaos. Representing the first ever batch of Maharaja Agrasen Business School, please welcome Jitanshi, whose leadership journey has inspired many on the campus.
Good morning everyone. Thank you Akriti for such a warm welcome, and thank you everyone here, faculties and the director and everyone here. I'm glad I got the opportunity to start my career with MABS, to start my journey with MABS. I'm currently placed at Grand Thornton, Bharat, working in the GRC team. It's an emotional moment to be back at Maharaja Agrasen Business School, a place that has played a huge role in shaping who I am today. These 2 years have been nothing less than a journey of growth, learning and transformation. Coming from a non-commerce background, I had my share of doubts and hurdles, but what made all the difference was the constant support from our faculty and even the director. Whether it was understanding concepts or preparing for interviews, there was always someone ready to help, to guide and to believe in us. One of the most fulfilling parts of my journey was the chance to explore and showcase my leadership skills. Being selected as the president of CRC Club was not just a title. It was a responsibility that helped me discover my true potential, manage teams, drive initiatives and make an impact. And of course, how can I forget our international trip? It wasn't just about travel, it was learning across borders. We had 2-3 insightful workshops that gave us global exposure and the memories of exploring a new country with friends. That's a memory I will cherish forever. MABS isn't just a college for me, it's an emotion. It's a place that gave me opportunities, friendships, skills and a second home. To the new batch, embrace every bit of it because trust me, the journey will stay with you for life. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Jitanshi. Up next we have Dhruv, known for his curiosity, creativity and constant innovation.
Good morning everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. It feels truly special to be standing here addressing the new batch of bright minds joining the place I probably call my alma mater. 2 years ago, I was exactly where you are, nervous, excited and full of dreams. This college gave me more than just a degree. It gave me clarity, confidence and the courage to chase opportunities I never thought were within my reach. What makes this institution truly stand out is the curriculum or the infrastructure, but the people. The faculty here are more than just teachers. They are mentors, guides and often the push you need to become the best version of yourself. Most importantly, don't just chase grades here. Build connections, learn from your peers and soak in every experience this place has to offer. So welcome once again to this exciting journey. Make it count and I wish you everyone nothing but weather very best. Thank you.
next up is Akriti, who is not just a student of MABS, but now proudly contributes to public service as the Department of Planning and Development in Delhi government.
Thank you so much, Tushar. Well, it was not easy for me to choose just to speak 1 minute on the entire 2-year journey of MABS of mine. I've chosen some of the experiences that I really wanted to share with you. So, I'm from the first batch of MABS, basically the OGs you can call. And sir, please allow me to mention that I'm roll number 1 and I was technically the first senior of MABS as well. Well, we are the one who tested the water, so you all could serve smoothly now. When I joined MABS, I honestly did not know I was stepping into a place that would shape my future beyond academics. From nervous PPTs to confidently coordinating with Delhi's government, today it's been a wild and wonderful journey for me. MABS gave me more than just a degree, it gave me confidence, chaos, friendships and a millions of memories that I have in my head. The director here is absolute legend. The teachers here are true leaders. The days are total madness and learning is definitely for life. To the new and third batch of Maharaja Agrasen Business School, I welcome you all to the family, and you are ideally the new faces of Maharaja Agrasen Business School as well, the new ambassadors. I thank you so much, MABS, for being the place which made me discover who I am today. I wish you all the luck for this new phase of your life, and I am always there for you. Thank you so much.
And now let's move towards and meet my batchmates. I'm from our current batch. So let's welcome Dipankar, the energy powerhouse with a passion with marketing.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dipankar from batch 26, ESC of Immediate Senior. First of all, big congratulations on making it here and a warm welcome to the newest batch on campus. I still remember my first day. It was all a blur of new faces, campus map, and trying to act like I know what I was doing. But somehow, within the first few weeks, this place started feeling like a lot more familiar and a lot more like home. You are stepping into a space that has a little bit of everything, group projects that become chaos in the best way, chai breaks that turned into deep conversations, and friends that bring out talents you didn't know you had. There is laughter, a few panic moments before deadlines, last minute presentations, and so many memories waiting to be made. We are honestly super excited to have you all here. It is to the late nights, new friendship and a journey you will remember for years to come. Thank you so much and all the very best.
So next up is Mehra from my class, who is having great analytical, articulate and always eager to solve problems.
Thank you, Tushar. Good morning, everyone. I am Mehra Gupta from your senior batch of 24-26, and it's truly a pleasure to be standing here today on such a special occasion of Foundation Day. And on behalf of all the seniors and the entire MABS family, I welcome the new batch to the campus. First of all, congratulations to each one of you for making it here. And this campus is going to be your home for the coming years, not just a place of your lectures or exams, but a place where you will grow, evolve and discover your true self. As a student here who has spent some time, precisely a year, let me tell you, this place is not just known for its academics or infrastructure, but it's known for the people. The professors here are genuinely approachable, the peer learning it's unmatched, and there's always something happening here, be it clubs, be it competitions, or be it late evening discussions over a chai, and something that always turn out into many life lessons. So, to all the juniors here today, I encourage you to embrace the opportunity, make memories, ask questions, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. So once again, welcome to the campus, and we are all excited to have you. and for an informal introduction, let's meet outside the classroom. So, thank you and wishing you all an incredible journey ahead.
Next up is the CR from the Alpha batch, who is very popular among the teachers, faculty, and students also. So next is Gulpreet Oberoi, a go-getter with a heart for wonderful initiatives.
Thank you, Tushar. Hi everyone, a very good afternoon. I am Gulpreet Oberoi from the second batch of PGDM and MABS. I am genuinely excited to welcome you all today. When I first joined, I was a little nervous, just like many of you might be today. But very quickly, I found my people, my purpose, and so many unforgettable experiences. Over the past year, I have hosted and organized several business events, led our global immersion program, participated in multiple competitions and had a lot of fun while doing it. From pulling all-nighters on projects to brainstorming ideas with their friends, the hustle has been real, but every bit of it has paid off. I am currently interning at Thornton LLP as a corporate intelligence intern, and this is just one of many opportunities that MABS had helped me to reach. The professors here, absolute superheroes. The learning, way beyond textbooks. You'll grow, evolve, and build friendship that will teach you more than any classroom could ever. So take part in everything. Work hard, stay curious, make friends, and trust the process. You are not just starting a course here, you are stepping into a journey that can completely change your life. Welcome to MABS. Go make it unforgettable. Thank you.
And it's last but not the least, another CR from the Beta batch, Snehal, bringing a fresh perspective.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Tushar. Hi everyone, I'm Snehal from the present batch and I feel truly honored to be here. I was interning at the Reserve Bank of India as the HRMD summer intern, and honestly, my experience here definitely helped me a lot through the process. Like Hitesh sir gave us many reports and projects. Shelja ma'am gave us many presentations. You should having that strong hold on your numbers when presenting anything to anyone. So even when I had to present my idea or my report to a completely different department, when they were just casually asking, their faces, they were impressed. So that definitely gave me another boost of confidence. And a big thank you to our seniors for their support, their quiet push, and Hitanshi, of course, to helping us. Like we went to Indore for a competition, we were the first team to go, and that confidence definitely helped us get second place. And hopefully I'll go again, and hopefully I'll get the first place this time. And welcome to the first batch. Don't hesitate. I would say ask your questions, even if they seem small, stupid. But don't keep it inside. Just ask those questions away. So at least you'll understand why you wanted to ask that question, and it will definitely help you grow. Thank you.
Wonderful, everyone. We are now honored to invite Mr. Kapil Arora, partner, Learning Solutions at Thornton LLP, based in New Delhi. Mr. Kapil is a seasoned L&D professional with ACCA credentials. His work is designing impactful training programs and upskilling leaders has inspired organizations across India and we as well. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Kapil Arora.
Thank you, Gayatri. First of all, I'd like to thank MABS sir, giving us opportunity. This is the third time I am here, and this is the third batch which we are going to start now. And I would say that MABS today, though I am working with Thornton, but MABS is treating us like a family only, and I believe that the understanding is very mutual. And I am like visiting many places with MABS team, with Maharaja sir, and been to Rashtrapati Bhavan, attended many other sessions, hosted MABS many a times, all the students of MABS many a times in our office. So it looks like that it's going very well in terms of that how collaborative approach is helping everybody, right, all your seniors to get the understanding which is required. Right, so I will pick some of the things which Marwa sir has just mentioned, and then probably all the students have also shared. Right, so Marwa sir has given you that what all is required, to be ready for the market tomorrow. Right, and you have heard from him that it is not just something which you are learning here, but things which are changing around us, how technology is changing, right, and how technology has changed everything around us. Right. If I say that the changes which we have seen in last 3-4 years, we might have not seen in last 25 years. Right. So that kind of changes which we have seen. And Marwa sir were also talking about that there might be some businesses which are existing today might not be there 10 years there or 10 years after. Right. Or we can say not just the businesses, but we are talking about business of the countries. For example, let's say if we talk about all the Middle Eastern countries which were dependent on fuel, right? Today, what is happening around us, right? We are looking at all the EVs coming in, and they are shifting their focus from fuel business to other businesses, right? For example, Saudi, UAE, everybody is focusing on real estate and other areas. How they can attract more countries, more people there, who can help them building other things also. Right, so these are the things which you need to learn, during this journey. And I would say that be prepared not just on technology, but be prepared at how you are going to adapt change, right? How you are going to work along with any changes which are happening around you, right? Whether it is a technology, whether it is any policy, whether it is any, we have seen the government changes, the policy always changes, and things always change around us. So all these are going to, happen. The other thing which we are going to learn is that, we would welcome you to our GT office also, where you can see that how, the new way of working is being there, right? And how you can look at that. Earlier, if I talk about before COVID, things were very different, and we have seen that change also, right? We used to have our permanent desk. Everybody used to have their desk that where they will go to tomorrow, right? But now there are no permanent desks, right? You have to book your desk every day when you come down to office, right? There might be a chance that you may not get the desk if you have not booked the same, right? So that kind of things which are changing around us, right? We have also seen that you can work from anywhere. Today, our people are not just, operating from 19 offices which we have in India, right? But are operating from, all across different cities, right? Be it Indore, be it Bhubaneswar, be it Lucknow, right? Where we don't have office right now, or Jammu, right? So where we don't have office right now. So people are operating from there, serving clients like today, Hindustan Unilever, GMR, ICICI Bank, Kotak, name any client in India, right? So they are the client of Brand. So that's how, we are going to learn that how they are operating in their businesses. All these case studies would be discussed here, along with that how practically you can showcase your work over social media platform. Right? Your seniors may know that the trainers have not just helped them to work around those areas, but also push them to showcase whatever kind of dashboards or models they have made, to put it on LinkedIn, right? So that everybody can see that and they can get publicized and see that how or what kind of work students are doing, right? So with that, I would say that there are a lot many things to learn over next 2 years, right? Be prepared, be ready, and don't just focus on that what time, what class, what you are giving here, right? As Sir has said that be prepared for 9 to 9. When you are preparing 9 to 9, right? So it means that the entire day is going along with this family, right? Today, again I'll take Sir's word that today we are not having any dedicated shift. Though the timing of the office are always there, 9:30, 5:30, but nobody is working on that permanent shift. Some people come at 11, leave at 8, leave at 9. Means you have to finish your work, finish your task, right? So that something is there, even if you might be required to work over the weekends. That's what we are doing, right? So you may be coming over to us or to visit our campus maybe on Saturday. So we will be there on Saturday. We may be there on Sundays. So that kind of commitments would be required in the corporate world, but it should start now. So you are ready for that particular challenge for tomorrow, right? So thanks a lot. We'll see you around here as well as in our office. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here for us today. And now, it's time to hear from the visionary who joins us today as our chief guest, Mr. Lokesh Mehra, a name synonymous to digital innovation, a future-ready thinking. Currently associated with Amazon Web Services, Mr. Mehra leads strategic alliances for education across South Asia. With over 3 decades of experience in IT, education and business strategy, he has been driving a force behind skilling initiatives that empower thousands across the country. From working with the government institutions to shape curriculum frameworks for the digital age, Mr. Mehra has truly been at the front edge of India's tech education transformation. His ideas are futuristic, his insights are powerful, and presence here today is an absolute honor for us. Let's give a thunderous round of applause as we welcome Mr. Lokesh Mehra.
Thank you, Akriti. I hope you can hear me at the back. Okay, how's the Josh? Let's start with that as a failure which happened. I worked for it for about a year before Cyrus Mistry indicated that the revenue which you're drawing is about 25 lakhs per month. It has to go up to 35 lakhs per month. We were able to do about 32, but he didn't give the next tranche. We got about 11 crores, we didn't get any money after that, and we had to ultimately fold down. So that's one of the stories behind what even the risk involved in startup, but it's always a good learning experience in terms of what we do. So my background is I am an electronics engineer, like you I am also an MBA, but because I did an MBA from an institute which was not so well known at that period of time, which is BIMTech, I think a lot of you have heard about it, but the time when I did it, it was not so well known. I also did a postgraduate from IGNU, which is in marketing. And subsequently, I have been learning, through different modes, different technologies, whatever is there. I joined at NIT in the headquarters, where if you know, NIT has several centers, which are, the training centers, as well as I had joined the multimedia vertical, where at that period of time, in 95-96, all the large automobile companies used to go abroad and run shows, the auto shows. So how do you present in front of a kiosk? So those are the presentations, etc. that we made at NIT and helped the centers ramp up their revenue. In the year 2000, I joined Cisco. Cisco, if you don't know, is a networking company. But for the first time in Asia Pacific, they were setting up a vertical to set up their education vertical. Unfortunately, because of NIT, I got a thappa that this guy is an education man. But you can move in any field. I said, why not take advantage of it? Let me move into that field. So I set up the Cisco vertical. It included various elements of right from spanning and setting up authorized training centers, moving on to verticals in terms of academic institutions, etc. Then in Microsoft, after almost about 10 years, in between for 2 years, I was with Intel. I headed their education vertical, but came back in Cisco to head the APAC vertical. Then I came back to Microsoft when they wanted to start a new education vertical targeting the public sector. So we worked with governments, we worked with state initiatives, and we set up the first training for the army under a project called Project Shamta. So Colonel may know about it. So I was the gentleman who started it at that period of time. Then from 2014 to 20, I moved to different companies. I was also with Oracle, where I headed their workforce development, and also with NASCOM interim. I went ahead and did a post-graduation diploma in education technology because I wanted to keep myself abreast out there. How many of you have heard of Amazon Web Services? All of you have heard of Amazon Web Services. Only 1 or 2. So do you know how many companies does Amazon have in India? Just a rough guess. 5, 10, 15, 20. So Amazon today has about 70 companies in India. I am from one Tucci company called Amazon Web Services. You would have heard of Amazon Delivery, which does delivery at your home. You would have heard of Amazon Prime. You would have heard of Amazon Transportation. So like this, there are 17 different companies which operate. By the way, we are one of the largest broadband companies where the underwater broadband comes to Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar and then spreads across the country. That's also one of the organizations which we have there. So this is a conglomerate by itself. Amazon Web Services particularly deals in cloud. And I think a lot of you are aware of cloud. Cloud is nothing but basically a data center which is virtual. Okay? Like at home, you store it in a hard drive. Everything what you do with the hard drive is in the cloud. In simple terms, I don't want to juggle you with technical terms, so just want to understand for the B school students joining this year, how many of you have an engineering degree background? Anyone? One? How many of you are from science background? 2, 3. Commerce? Okay, large chunk. And how many of you from arts background? Or any vocational background? 2, 3. So majority from commerce and majority, mix of the other streams. So I'll try not to keep it technical, but unfortunately with technology changing so fast, there's a lot of things. Just to let you know, while you add MABS to do several things, I have represented Rajasthan in the nationals. I am a state level swimmer. I have written 3 books. Marva sir is aware of those. These are conducted in UPTU, so they are part of the curriculum. I am a junkie in terms of Wordle and Sudoku, so I can compete with anyone on those two. Plus, I am also certified in cloud AI practitioner and a couple of other certifications. So you keep on learning is the moral of the story. Let's come to India. I think because you're B school students, let's talk about the economy. I think all of you are aware that India is number 5 currently. What is it slated to be in the next 5 years? Number 3 with what trillion economy? Currently it is 4.3. So all of you are going, starting in B school. This is something which is going to be a question which is going to come up or crop up. So I want it to be an interactive session. I don't want it to be a one-sided Gyan session. How much do you expect? How much will it become? You've seen the economy growing. We're growing at 6.2%. That's correct. And it is expected to cross about 6.4 in the next 5 years. Now you're going to see something else. A lot of the people are going to lose jobs, and workforce of the future. You would have read a World Economic Forum book or a report which says that the jobs are going to change, but a lot of you are going to become job creators versus job seekers. So that's going to change. This gives you a broad idea of the number of startups which have started in the last 2 years. Just in the last 2 years, you're seeing the number of startups in India. Do you know how many startups are there in India? Again, rough. More than 1,000? 10,000. Okay. How many are unicorns? You know what's a unicorn?
$1 billion evaluation.
1 billion, not million, billion. How many unicorns in India?
More than 100.
Give me a number, man. We are talking quant.
100.
No, it's more than 100. Okay, I'll ask you a quiz in that then. Okay. So let's look at what's happening in the market. First of all, what you're going to see is there is a big focus. I think Kapil talked about technology changing. Dr. Sanjeev Marva also talked about how technology is changing. You'll see 9 technologies which NASSCOM. All of you are aware of NASSCOM? What is NASSCOM? You said you are aware of NASSCOM, but what is NASSCOM?
It's the association of the National Association of the IT
And software companies. It's a nodal body which represents all the IT and software companies, but they span across multiple verticals. It's not IT alone. So they are impacting everybody. But they have said automobile, manufacturing, banks, all the enterprises are going to get impacted by these technologies. And you should be aware of them. A lot of you would also fall in this category, which is digital marketing, project management, business intelligence. I heard one of your year 2 users was doing business intelligence in Grand Thornton. So all of these are going to come up. And also what we're going to say is that with technology, the business is going to entirely change. I'll talk about it a bit later, but you should be aware of that. And today the bigger difference is that earlier it was only the CMO which was sitting on the board table. Now you have the Chief Digital Officer also sitting on the board. So there's going to be a big change which you're going to see more and more coming in the future. And you will also see that these are some of the digital skills which are there. I don't know if you will read at the back, but basically what they have said is you should know how to run devices, you should be able to produce content, you should know how to collaborate, because most of you are going to be joining global firms. And if you don't know how to send or communicate to your peers globally, then I think you are in a bad ship. You need to do that. And you need to know about security. So responsible AI and anything to do with cyber security is going to become more and more critical. So that's very, very important for you. Let's come to some more statistics, because you are B school students. Sanjeev sir had talked about this, and he had talked about the consumption which is happening. Today, do you know how many times do you take out the mobile from your pocket or purse? Just give me a rough number. In a day. How many times do you take out the phone? Maybe to just check the time, maybe to see a mail, maybe to see a message?
20 to 25.
Less. It's more. How much?
50 to 60.
Somebody said 50 to 60, it is 57 times. So 57 times, just multiplied by the number of seconds, also you're going to see your phone. And you can read in that data, it's 4.8 hours per individual when I'm glued onto the mobile screen. So look at the amount of time you're utilizing it. Is it being constructive or I'm going through reels? So you need to be careful of that. Okay? I think it is very critical for you to learn about it. And this data, what you see is Indian, look at the amount spent by Indians in terms of OTT as well as overall the other aspects. So you should be aware of this. Now there are some changes which are happening in the entire Indian economy. Number one is the number of startups which are happening. Number two is e-commerce. E-commerce companies talk about GMV. What is GMV? Have you heard of GMV?
gross market value.
So the learners are expected to talk about it. So, like sir said, you should be aware what is the difference between terms of your PAT, your revenue and your GMV. GMV is always an escalated figure because it's the amount of produce that you already have and which you are going to be selling out there. Are you aware of the 9 pillars of Digital India? If not, please go to the MAIT site, MAIT, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Look at the 9 pillars of Digital India which exist out there. They include your common service centers, they include Wi-Fi, they include broadband connectivity, post offices, everything. So you should be aware of that. All the future jobs as per World Economic Forum will need an element of technology. I think all of you are pretty well versed in terms of utilizing things, but you should know basic elements. How do you reboot your router or modem at home? What is the troubleshooting that you do? Can you do a ping and figure out if you're getting a ping response back or not on your modem at home? And finally, everything is moving to a platform economy. Give me an example of a platform economy. Uber, Ola, Swiggy, Zomato. All these are platform economies. They don't own the product. What they're doing is they're getting it, aggregating it on their platform. Okay. So these are some major changes which are happening. I'll just give you some more data, and you can look at the number of 5G subscriptions which are happening. It's not only confined only to the tier 1 cities, but you see tier 2 cities also, Indore, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Pune. Everybody is now on 5G. So with all this 5G coming in, you can look at the number of services which the government of India or people are actually doing. So this is data to validate what is happening today in the market. On an average, if you look at the number of Aadhaar card holders, what's the overall population of India today? 1.44 out of which 136 already have Aadhaar cards. A lot of you use today the digital platform to make payments. How many of you carry actual cash besides say 500,000 bucks with you? All of you typically would, utilize it. You may carry some emergency cash, but I doubt it that you will have, more cash. Most of us have got used to utilizing the mobile or some other form of payment. Now, what I want to tell you is that technology is changing, but end of the day, as Kapil said, it is people who make that change. And who are the people? The people are you. While I was coming and driving to the institute, I thought, should I mention you as dear students? But then I said, that's incorrect. Because you are all going to be Kapil and my colleagues in the next 2 years. So you're colleagues. You're not students or learners anymore. And you are the ones who are going to make this change. Now what happens with this change? Typically you see that, maybe I missed a slide. Please. What is going to happen is that this transformation is going to happen, but let me first come to you and ask you this question. What is India's rank in terms of number of startups? First is US, second is China, third is India. You should be aware of it because you're going to do a lot of work with startups. Number 2, which I was asking you earlier, this is as of June 2025, this month. And Nirmala Sitharaman gave an interview in Financial Express on the 23rd of June. If you haven't read it, go and see it in ET, go and see it in FE, and that's why Sanjeev sir read newspapers. Even if you're doing it on the mobile, but you actually have to read newspapers. So what is the number? 119. So that's the correct number, 119 unicorns. How many sunicorns are there? You know what's a sunicorn? The ones which are going to become unicorns. Do you know how many are in the pipeline for at least the next 3 months? There are 5 more. They're going to become unicorns in the next 3 to 4 months. Now, what we're going to see is technology is going to change everything. Your customer experience, how many of you have experienced when you call a bank, it is typically an automated voice. So the entire customer experience which was there about, I would say 2 years back, 3 years back, when you have a person picking up the phone, is very rare. You have chatbots. So HDFC has EVA, ICICI has something else. Everybody has chatbots or everybody has automated IVR, which is there. With supply chain management coming in, your entire business operation is going to change. Do you know Amazon warehouses do not have people? It is all robotics. It is all robotics. They have robots everywhere. So today when you give an order, automatically the robot reads it, goes to that particular desk or whatever it may be where it is stored, picks up the device and comes back. The only point where a human intervention happens is when the tally is happening and they just do a tick. So everything is happening through that. Most of the shipping organizations or even your delivery organizations use game theory. I don't know if you are engineering students, but you would have learned even in management game theory. And you learn more about it Because all the delivery, which is your Flipkart, Amazon, Blinkit, everybody uses game theory to understand in a particular PIN code or in a RWA, Resident Welfare Association Society, which house needs to be delivered the first parcel. So you will see the placement of your packages based on that. So there is a lot of change which is happening. Now when you get more time, you will do faster decision making and you will innovate. So with AI coming in, people are going to change and you will have more better of that. So the role of IT today typically is changing. So IT used to be a back-end infrastructure part. Today it has become one of the core parts because IT is now involved in the entire digital transformation process. Just to let you know that the kind of jobs that you are getting which feature AI have increased by 600% in the last 6 months. It is 2025, I am talking only January to June end. Today is June 30th. So by 600% the number of jobs asking for AI has gone up. Now let's talk specifically about AI. This is the market which AI is going to generate. It's about 1.3 trillion. How much is India's economy currently? 1.1. So it's basically just another 3.5x which is there. 30% of the jobs are going to change because of AI. And finally, recently they at Christie's, which is one of the auction companies, there was an AI generated painting which sold at this price, 400k plus. So look at the changes which are happening. Let's talk about India, that is global. If I talk about India specifically, you will see the number of professionals which are required, currently about 6 lakhs, expected to go about 12.5 lakhs. You will see that this year is going to be the year of change. So 2023 was more in terms of pilots, what we call as POCs, proof of concept. Next year they said let us do some small things. This year it is revenue based, ROI based. So you will see that change coming in very fast. The IT and the AI industry is growing by a CAGR, compounded annual growth rate. I think in MBA they are going to use that word a lot. So you need to know what is CAGR. It's growing by 35%. And most of the IT service providers, do you know who the big IT service providers, what we also know in the IT industry as GSIs. What is GSI? Anybody? Global System Integrators. In the IT industry we call them Twitch. Tata, Wipro, Infosys, Cognizant, HCL, Tech Mahindra. Twitch. So these are GSIs. They are the people who hire the largest number of people in the IT industry. Typically around 60,000 every year from these 10 companies. And these companies have said that their IT services are going to change entirely to AI. So can you look at the number of jobs which are going to get displaced, or people who are going to go on the bench or need to reinvent themselves. So that's a big thing. I don't want to give a gloomy picture, but what I want to say is that you need to keep reinventing yourself very, very fast. And for that you should know the basics of AI. It is very important for you to know that AI is mothership. Under AI you have a subset called machine learning. Under machine learning you have deep learning, and then you have generative AI, which all of you know as ChatGPT and the other things. Okay? So since a lot of you know about it, let me ask you that question in terms of what is generative AI? Anybody? What can you do with generative AI?
Sir, I believe when we want some generative data from an app, like we order an app, we ask from them that we need this information, and they generate for us. This is, I believe.
What a motherhood statement here. Can you be a bit more specific? What are you seeking from that engine? So typically, generative AI is, as an ad agency person, I wanted to create a video. I want to put a cat riding a horse, or I want to create something else. You would specifically put that in your prompt. So what we say in ChatGPT also, when you're typing in a prompt, you know what's a prompt? Yes. So that's where you put in the prompt. How does it run? It runs through what are called as foundational models. And over and above this, you have what are called as LLMs and SLMs. Large language models, small language models. Okay, large language model example. Chat or Llama or Sonnet or Haiku. So these are large language models which are there. Just to give you an idea, this is data which is from the newspapers again. You can look at the kind of AI requirement which is coming. I am not saying B school students are, it is not important. But with your B school education, you need to have knowledge of AI. I am also an engineer plus a B school student, but I keep learning. So you need to learn AI. So these are the kind of profiles that you will need. These are the kind of niche skills which you need in terms of Gen AI and the salaries that you require. These are the skills that you require. And the new buzzword is agentic AI. You know what is agentic AI? Agentic AI is a process that you are going to do over and above AI. It will change the workforce, the workplace, and the work we do. Okay? How will it change the work we do? It is like an email box where I can create processes automatically. So somebody sends a mail that I want, for example, Sanjeev sir is sitting out here, I want to join your B school. Please tell me what are the qualifications required. He gets 20 such mails in a day. He will just generate an agentic AI process which will automatically read the mail and give an auto response. He just needs to click a button to see if the text is right or not. Okay, so this is the work getting changed. Workplace or workforce. Workplace, you will have more and more SLMs coming into play. Sir had talked about SLMs. SLMs are going to be for niche segments. For your HR, for your operations, for your supply chain management, all of these, you will have SLMs. Small language models which will do your work faster. And your workforce, today you are reading something and you don't know a topic, you can just click that button like you do in Kindle and you get the word meaning, etc. Same way, it will click that button and put a course in your learning repository. That Lokesh does not know anything about agentic AI, it will automatically go into my learning plan. Okay, and these are processes which are happening live. I think Kapil can vouch for that. Most of the organizations are already doing this. So this is happening practically in the entire world. No longer a job, it is a role. You are specified a role and that role can keep on changing. That is number one change. Number two is, earlier there used to be multiple levels. Okay, where you have a manager, senior manager, general manager, then over and above that a vice president ke upar director, director ke upar CEO. All that is gone. Kapil talked about the fact that today we all sit in open offices. Even my boss sits outside. He is the CEO of the company. There are no cabins. You have to book cabins to go and have a meeting. So the hierarchy is going flat. That's the third thing. And the third thing is, it is very important for you to be either T or M. Do you understand T or M? So skills that you need to develop. T is the letter T is when you deep dive into anything. Like I am a education domain specialist. I have done deep T. You today ask me anything in the education industry, I can go into the T. The generic skills are M. The generic skills are M. Okay? In which you learn different things, but you are a generalist and you can catch up anything or everything. So, in short, you should be aware of these elements. Most of the companies are responsible to the shareholders, so they will not only look at profit, but they will also look at the CSR angle, and the mission and vision should ideally talk about their purpose. Number two, flat organizations. It's no longer danda marna. You know, earlier the GM or somebody will say, ye karo, wo karo, ye karo, wo karo. Nothing like that. Today it is changing to, this is the team comes together and we say, this is the task we have to accomplish. Okay, Akriti, tell me how can we do it. Okay, Sanjeev sir, tell me how we can do it. And there is a unanimous consensus of how the team is going to actually deliver that. And you will do more experimentation because AI can do most of the routine tasks. And finally, it is transparency. Okay? Because everything is going to go out to the shareholders. So you need to be more transparent. Also, there are some important elements. Most of you, I think, would belong to Gen Z. Yeah? Born between 97 to 2012. Anybody born after that? And you will be managing either Gen X or millennials. So you should know what you should do. For example, these people do not like to be talked to, which are the Gen X, to be talked to in a group. People like us, who are born between 65 to 80, we would prefer an email where you tell us what exactly needs to be done, or there is a one-on-one communication. These people would first prefer do an IM. You know, get that message through. Let's get on it. Let's do it in a jiffy. Let's do it like blink it and very fast. So that's the modus operandi. Because everything is based on these. So while the company wants to go digital, you will realize that the transformation is going to take time. But it is already changing, and I don't want to bore you much, but I just want to share with you in terms of how it is changing in the organization. You will see that the systems are getting more and more centralized. A lot of the organizations use supply chain management or tools like Salesforce or Tableau, etc. So you will have data at the head office instantaneously. When we used to work, we used to fill what I call it DSR, daily sales report. By the end of the week, our branch manager used to send it to the regional office. And the regional office used to send it to the head office. Nothing was digitized. So by the end of the month, that person would know Lokesh in 25 days did 30 calls, 40 calls, this is the business he generated. Today I get everything on my phone in the next 2 minutes. So I have a live dashboard. That is the first change. The second change is middle manager's hierarchy is going. If your CEO wants any information, he will directly call you, text you, email you, and get that info. There is no longer that ego issue, I have to go through the manager, possibly he'll keep the manager in CC. That's it. But he'll get that info very quick or very fast. There is something called micro teams. A project comes in, I have to solve it in the next 1 week. Sanjeev sir is the head of HR, he'll call in the person from digital transformation, he'll call somebody from the supply chain, he'll call somebody from the tech side, he'll form a team, crack team, it's like the SWAT teams. The SWAT team or the crack team which go on a mission, so on that mission, come back, dissolve. Next SWAT team comes in. So that's what is happening. Company information is all in the public domain. You remember the Enron scandal which happened? It came out in possibly for this January. By the end of December or January, there was a big rumor that Microsoft had crashed, Windows had crashed, and there was a security issue. Yes. But do you know that actual issue was not at Microsoft end, it was at CrowdStrike's end? Now, in the Amazon interview, I will ask you, what would you have done if you were the CEO of Microsoft? So besides those questions which are leadership questions, etc., we ask these questions also. I may also ask you, what is the name of Badshah, real name of Badshah? How many people know that?
Aditya Singh Sisodia.
Aditya Prateek Singh Sisodia. Please remember the full name. Half-baked names will not work. Okay? So you will get questions like these also. Okay. You know the astronaut who's gone up?
Yes, sir.
Name? Number of the astronaut who's touched ISS?
He is Captain Sudhanshu Shukla.
Group Captain Sudhanshu Shukla, right? What is his ISS number? 634. Please remember these are asked in interviews. Okay? And finally, you will see that every employee, I think one of the persons, I think Akriti, you talked about brand ambassadors or somebody else, that you are the brand ambassador for your organization. So you are the brand ambassador today for MABS. How you perform outside, everybody is looking at you. So you need to represent, the entire institution. And finally, you need to be aware of the policies. There is one big policy which the government of India is coming out, which is called the data privacy policy. Are you aware of that? If not, correctly said, sir. If you are not aware of that, the biggest impact is going to be on children below 18. They need a parental consent. So if you plan to start a startup which is going to target even children, please be aware of this policy. Because the fine, minimum fine is 10 lakh rupees per incident, per case. So you need to be aware of this. So moral of the story that I want to say is, you need to figure out what your business model is going to be, because that is going to break in what we call as the platform economy. This is the make or break. But all that is good, but how do you build your career in an MBA? So these are three important elements. They used to be called 4 P's. They have changed. Now you have profit, brand value, and your customer at the end. And how do you do it? You typically, when you build this up, you do it through all these elements. You do it through your digital, you do it through your compassion, you do it through real world analytics, and you do it through customer centricity. I'll talk a bit more about customer centricity because that has become the most important thing. Everything is hinged today around customer service. I get a bad plate of food from a delivery platform. In 30 seconds, somebody will put it on Twitter or X now, and my brand reputation goes for a 6. You may have the CEO respond to it or whatever or justify it, but you have got it hit hard. So you need to be very careful. Your customer experience needs to be 100% through and through thought out, and you need to tend towards going towards customer delight, and that can only happen when you make the customer the hero of your story. So your customer is most important. Today your customer may be your faculty. When you want to impress him, what are the things that you ought to do? What are the pain points of your customer? You need to think in that direction. Also, let me talk about people who are going to go into marketing. I am a BD guy. So typically, what is the role of a BD or a salesperson? Today, if I have to go and sell, say, a financial software to a company, what am I going to do? What are the steps that I am going to take? I'll first identify who is my potential target market. I'll figure out their business revenue and see if they have the buying capacity. I'll go and figure out who are the key individuals who will make the purchase order, or who I can have a discussion with. What are the objections that will come up? What are the FAQs, answers that I can give to them? Do I have negotiation, price, flexibility? Am I empowered to do it? So you will do all these, and then you will keep tweaking them till you come to the right alignment. Okay? So those are very important, but your customer is at the focal point. Now, what does a typical salesperson do? So for us who are in BD, they'll either make calls, they'll go for face-to-face meeting, they'll either respond to an RFP, or they'll create proposals, or they'll go meet a partner who can sell the solution further for you, or I'll send some respond to emails, or I'll learn about a new technology or a product which is going to get known. And all of this is not in priority. It can be anything based on what is priority for me. But customer is always first. And number 2, self-development is very, very important. Okay? So I think those are the main things. So how do you prepare for this journey? This is my possibly last slide. Today, as Sir said, you are devoted to the organization from 8 to at least 9. So you basically get about 6 hours to sleep. What do you do in the remaining 18 hours? So for the remaining 18 hours, I think your parents need good grades. I don't think any longer it is required as long as you get decent grades. The industry now looks at skills rather than academic performance. But you need to achieve the minimum threshold. So if 70% or 75%, that's the minimum that you need to get. Do a lot of internships or projects. Even if it is with a social organization, please go ahead and utilize that time. Plan your day. You know what happens? When I did my MBA, typically you go with the flow. क्या है यार ये 3 lecture है, फिर चाय पिएंगे, फिर कुछ और करेंगे. But you need to plan your day. These are the 4 or 5 things that you ought to do. Put them in your priority besides the usual routine stuff, what we call as BAU in the industry, business as usual. Okay, so you do that. The second thing that is very, very important for you is extracurricular activities. I think I am very happy MABS has a lot of clubs. Please participate in those clubs. It could be, having those sessions or whatever it may be. And read. Please read what is happening in the economy. So people are going to ask, for instance, tell me who is the Commerce Minister of India? Why only one person? Why not the whole of the class? This should be on your fingertips. And what did Piyush Goyal state which miffed all the startups?
So like they are converting skilled people into cheap laborers these days.
So somebody is reading. Good, I would encourage you to keep doing that. And learn a language. I am not talking about a software language. I am talking about a foreign language. You people are going to be global citizens, unlike us. We went abroad for tours, we did our business, came back. But you people are practically going to possibly work abroad or get a PR or work with your colleagues. So knowing any of the key languages, and I am not talking about a specific language, but Mandarin, French, German, Spanish, Portuguese, these are some of the key ones which you should learn, even Japanese. So these are very critical. Learn a language, it may be basic level 1 or 2, but it always helps. I'll give you an example. I learned Japanese in 1993 and I never used it. But I met up with the World Bank delegation and all I did was, Ohio gozaimasu, which means, good afternoon or good morning, whatever it is. And the guy was so happy that this guy can speak my language that he took me for, having lunch with him. And he was the World Bank head honcho. So I'm saying it helps. Learn a language, it will always be very, very important for you. Very critical. Supplement your classroom knowledge with open courseware. There are enough MOOCs which are available from IIT, IIM or any of the places which you need feed, Harvard Business Studies, which are there. Business analytics is something you need to learn. I think Kapil harped on it, but you need to learn it very, very specifically. So you should know how to create visuals out of that. Visualization is very, very important. And finally, publish articles in LinkedIn, social media, wherever you deem fit. Tomorrow, your reputation in the market depends on it. And we look at social media, Trump is also doing that, but even HR looks at it. So be careful in terms of what you are posting. A lot of the people, having beer and stuff, but be careful, don't post it. You may enjoy it, but don't post them because it could be a backlash for you. Now, typically, I would say listening skills are very critical. Being an MBA, I wanted to, show my MBA knowledge. When I used to go to customers, I used to ask them, what is the, feature, benefit and advantage of this product? Tell me. And that guy, then my manager who went with me, Thandrak. You don't need all this stuff. So you need to listen to what the customer pain point is and try and find a solution. So don't flaunt your MBA knowledge. It is good to know it, but you have to be patient and learn about it. Number 2 is keep on doing bite-sized learning. So when you are planning your day, if you are taking a course, please try and finish small bits of it. It can't be done in one go unless you have that much time. Okay? That's very critical. So what are the kind of jobs that you get today? So most of the jobs as MBA could be either in the sales side, you can get into Thornton for risk management, financial planning, you can go into HR side, you can go into UI, you can get into advertising, you can get into retail. There are enough opportunities everywhere. Okay? There's enough potential, enough things to do. So I'll just end by giving you 5 lessons which I have learned, and I think it is very important. Money is important. I also want a job which will give me 1 CR, 2 CR, 3 CR. But money is not the most important thing for your career right now. You people are still well settled because your parents did not, we have gone through what is survival and existence. There was always a scarcity. Sanjeev sir talked about, how for telephones we had to wait, all that. You people don't have that scarcity. So go and deep dive in that domain and learn about that job. Today, if Sehwag or Sachin, etc., if money was the most important, they would be still playing T20. But they stopped and they're doing other things. So money is critical but should not be a primary objective. Number 2, do you know how many years did it take for Flipkart to actually become a success? Vinny Bansal and his brother? Or not his brother?
Not his brother.
Yeah, the other Bansal.
Vinny Bansal.
Vinny and Sachin. How many years did it take for them to become popular person? It took 4.5 years for them to actually come into the limelight. So there's nothing like overnight success. Everybody takes his own time. The Zomato thing. Dipender Goyal spent about 7 years post which the product became so good. The third thing is you can't do things alone. So if you have groups, you have communities, bounce off these ideas. So it may be a club, it may be anything else. You can bounce off your ideas, get new ideas and work on it. Okay? The fourth thing is, how many weeks in a year? 52 weeks. You are almost, 21, 22, most of you? 20 to 22. And assuming you live till 90, you have 70 years, 70 into 52. There's 3,500 weeks. Have fun, party hard, make history. Okay, so it's not work alone. Have a good balance of everything. And finally, learn, unlearn, relearn. That is the mool mantra for today. Thank you very much. And all I want to say is, I just request that you can either go on this or scan this to give me your feedback. I'm open for any questions that you may have. I know the session went a bit technical, but I wanted to give you what is reality. I don't want to, hide it under the carpet. All I want you to take away from this entire presentation is you need to first of all look at AI as a critical element. 2 is participate in all the events, etc. that you can do. 3rd is learn, unlearn, relearn. Those are 3 takeaways from this. Rest all, even if you forget, I'm totally fine. If you could scan this or you could fill in the survey, it will take you barely about 50 seconds to do that. There's just 3 or 4 questions. Any questions from the audience? Anything? Well, I'll start asking questions. Also, one important element which I talked to you, when Sanjeev sir was talking about a faculty. How many of you write like this? Hold the pen like this? Most of the people?
Yes, sir.
Try and do it without the thumb. How difficult does it become to write without the thumb? You know it is difficult? This thumb is like Eklavya. It is your faculty. Your faculty is joining all these and making it easier for you to study and learn what is relevant for today. So don't undermine your faculty. Your faculty has the experience and knows so much more and they are ready to share it with you. All you need to do is go and ask. A lot of us have inhibitions in terms of going to our faculty and asking questions. Please feel free, they are more than open, and somebody talked about the fact that, in MABS, faculty is the people, is the culture out here. So please go to your faculty and interact with them. Any questions before I call it a day? None? Thank you so much.
It's a privilege to hear from the soul of this institution, a man whose vision has given life to not just one, but many temples of learning under the banner of Maharaja Agrasen. Dr. Nand Kishore Garg, our founder, chairman, is not just an educationist, he is a nation builder. His work spans decades of contribution to society, education and public welfare. As a champion of value-based education, his leadership has inspired thousands. From dreams to reality, from one institute to a society of excellence, his unwavering commitment has been the torch guiding MAITs and MABS. With deep respect and gratitude, I would like to invite our founder chairman, Dr. Nand Kishore Garg, to address this gathering.
लगभग 2 घंटे हमने बहुत विद्वानों को सुना। मेरे जैसा व्यक्ति जो पिछले 70 साल से पढ़ाई कर रहा था, आज फिर लगा कि अभी तो बहुत कुछ सीखने को बाकी है। शायद हम उस आज के ज़माने के हिसाब से लगभग अनपढ़ हैं, और आप लोग सौभाग्यशाली हैं कि आप इतने तेजी से बदलते हुए परिदृश्य को स्वयं उसमें भागीदार भी हैं, देख भी रहे हैं और उसको एक्सप्लोरेट भी करेंगे। अभी लोकेश जी ने जिस हिसाब से हमें समझाया है, बताया है, मैं समझता हूँ कि आप सबके लिए बहुत लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस रहेगा। इससे पहले हमारे जीटी भारत से कपिल जी, बरवासा और आप सारे हमारे यहाँ तो कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि जो बेस्ट ऑफ ब्रेन्स हैं, कमिटमेंट वाले लोग हैं, वो धीरे धीरे महाराजा अग्रसेन टेक्निकल एजुकेशन सोसाइटी से जुड़े। 10,000 लोगों, बच्चों को जो फ्यूचरिस्ट भारत है जिसका नरेंद्र मोदी जी, एक बार लगता है कि इस व्यक्ति को भगवान ने वो सारी चीज़ें शायद समझा बुझा के भेजा है कि डिजिटल भारत का लोग मजाक उड़ाते थे। इससे पहले जो सरकारों में थे वो ये मजाक उड़ा रहे थे कि इस देश के अंदर कैसे लागू होगा। तो हमें भी लगता था कि जितनी बातें हो रही हैं ये कैसे लागू होंगी, परंतु आज सारा ये देखने के बाद तो लगता है कि डिजिटल और AI के बिना तो आने वाला जीवन नई पीढ़ी के लिए लगभग असंभव हो। हमारे जैसे लोग जो आज 75+ हैं उनको तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, क्योंकि 3rd जनरेशन हमारी घरों में है या काम कर रही, वो संभाल नहीं। तो आज मुझे लगता है कि शायद हम गलत समय में शायद इस देश में पैदा हुए थे, जिस देश में मेरे पिताजी ने मेरे लिए स्कूटर बुक कराया था जब मैं 7वीं क्लास में था। जब उसकी डिलीवरी हुई तो MSc का फर्स्ट ईयर। टेलीफोन बुक कराने में भी यही स्थिति थी। गैस का कनेक्शन लेने के लिए मैं क्यों राजनीति में भी रहा, एक पार्लियामेंट के मेंबर को 25 कूपन मिलते थे पूरे साल के लिए, पूरी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी। तो आपकी जनरेशन में तो ये कष्ट रहने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं पड़ती। आज ये घर में जा के गैस के कनेक्शन दे दी 10 करोड़ लोगों को। पानी के लिए मैंने बचपन में तिलक नगर जब रहते थे तो जो आज की तिहाड़ झील है वहाँ से मेरी माँ सिर पे पानी लाती थी, क्योंकि टैप वाटर नहीं थी। तो पाकिस्तान से आने के बाद जब हमें रिफ्यूजी रहे तो एक कच्चा तिहाड़ गाँव था, वहाँ से पानी लाने के लिए सिर पे लाते। तो आज की जनरेशन के लिए ये सब चीज़ें शायद लगेंगी मजाक है, तो आप सुविधा आपको है, आपके माता पिता आपके लिए कि मैं देखता हूँ हर साल हमारे 27वां साल है एडमिशन में, कैसे माँ बाप चक्कर लगाते 2-2, 3-3 महीने। पर तो इस देश में सब कुछ बदल रहा है, पर तो इस देश का माइंडसेट नहीं बदल रहा। इस देश के लोगों के दिमागों में गरीबी इतनी ज़्यादा है, अफसरों और पॉलिटिकल लोगों में खास तौर पर, कि उनका कुछ नहीं बदल रहा, वो बदलना भी नहीं चाहते। जिस तेजी से परिवर्तन होना चाहिए उस तेजी से वो परिवर्तन माइंडसेट में जब तक नहीं होगा, जब तक दिमागों में गरीबी छाई रहेगी, जब तक उनको लगता ही नहीं कि देश में 25 करोड़ लोग 100 गाल गरीबी रेखा से ऊपर आए। गरीबी रेखा की परिभाषा कोई नहीं। मुझे बड़े से बड़े आर्थिक चिंतक मुझे आर्थिक जीडीपी नहीं समझा पाए कोई भी। जिस हिसाब से वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड ने जो समझाया वही आप समझाएंगे, जो आपने चाणक्य पढ़ा नहीं। जिसने चाणक्य नहीं पढ़ा वो इस देश को चला ही नहीं सकता। अभी लोकेश जी ने भी सारी भाषाएं बताई अच्छी हैं, और मैं उसमें एक चीज जोड़ूंगा कि संस्कृत को यदि 3 महीने और पढ़ लेंगे तो ये सारी लैंग्वेज जो लोकेश जी ने बताई आपको सीखनी ज़्यादा आसान हो जाए। वही शब्द हैं, जब इच्छा हो सीखने की। मैं तो एक बार स्विट्जरलैंड घूमने गए, सुबह जल्दी उठ जाते हो, जेट लग रही है, मैं उसमें कुछ आगे लाइब्रेरी में बैठे, तो एक केवल वो पुस्तक निकाली जिसमें इंग्लिश, संस्कृत और उस तीनों लैंग्वेज का था। जर्मन लैंग्वेज के 40% वर्ड संस्कृत या हिंदी के। अभी जापानी की बात है, जापान का थोड़ा सा अध्ययन करें। अभी हमारे स्टूडेंट जाना शुरू हुए जापान में, वो कह रहे हैं जितने बच्चों को जापानी आप सिखा के भेज सको, तो वो एजिंग नेशन है, काम करने वाले लोग हैं नहीं। और भारत का आदमी सब जगह फिट हो सकता है, स्वभाव से नरम है, राष्ट्रीयता के लिए किसी से टकराता नहीं है, किसी ज़्यादा इज्जत में भरोसा नहीं करके चलते, सहज रूप से काम करते, मेहनती हैं, ईमानदार हैं। इस देश में रहकर बेशक कम है, सफाई पसंद है, सफाई की आदत भी अब देश के प्रधानमंत्री को डाली पड़ी, जो गांधी जी का सपना था। तो आप लोग बहुत सौभाग्यशाली हैं। और हमारा ये एक सोसाइटी, ये आज के युग में हम भी आउटडेटेड है आज के हिसाब से। ऐसे पागल लोग काम मिलेंगे 200 लोग जो पैसा भी लगाते हों, समय भी लगाते हों, और बदले में केवल ये चाहते हो कि बच्चे आगे बढ़ें। जब देश में यूपीएससी में आईएएस लड़कों में दूसरे नंबर पे आया, अदरवाइज 5th आ जाए, तो जितनी खुशी उसके माँ बाप को है उतनी हमारे टीआर साहब को या अविनाश को है। इस साल के 5th रैंक लेके बच्चे पास को, सामान्य बच्चे बिल्कुल हमारे सामने ही रहता, इसी वजह से 600 रैंक में भी हो। हमारे एनसीसी के माध्यम से तीनों सेनाओं में एक अफसर चला गया इस साल, तो हमें लगता है कि हमने देश को कुछ कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट किया। इस देश को सब लोग मिल जाएंगे। देश की सेनाओं के अफसर में 25 साल से सुनता हूँ कि 10,000 ऑफिसर की शॉर्टेज, कौन पूरा करेगा? ये जो एयर कंडीशन की बसों में चलने वाले, घरों में रहने वाले, केवल किसी पर खेल कर गेम्स करने वाले, ये तुम सेनाओं में, इसके लिए कौन चिंता करेगा? एनसीसी वाला जो हमारे टाइम में होती बंद हो गई थी, अभी भी मोदी जी जो खुद एनसीसी के कैडेट रहे थे उन्होंने शुरू कर दी, वो सेल्फ फाइनेंसिंग मोड में। इस देश में बाकी सब चीज़ों के लिए खर्चे हैं, सबको 90 करोड़ लोगों को फ्री अनाज देने के लिए हैं, परंतु एनसीसी सबके लिए कंपल्सरी रहे जैसे हमारे टाइम होती। देशभक्ति भी आएगी, अनुशासन भी आएगा। सबसे ज़्यादा इस देश को जरूरत अनुशासन। हमने तो 50 साल का भी वो आपातकाल जो मना रहे हैं, तो उस समय इसका नाम अनुशासन पर्व करके घोषित किया था इंदिरा जी कि थोड़े दिन टाइम पे चल गई थी रेलगाड़ियाँ, ये सारी व्यवस्थाएं, परंतु आज़ादी खत्म कर दी। चाइना और भारत को हम कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते। सिंगल पार्टी रूल लाने की उस समय भी पूरी कोशिश हो गई थी। डेमोक्रेसी है क्या चाइना? वो जो चौराहे ऊपर कितने बच्चे मरे थे किसी को याद भी नहीं कर, तो उसको हटाने के लिए भी मेरे जैसे लोगों को 23 साल की उम्र में सत्याग्रह भी किए, जेल भी गए। एक अलग लोग टाइप के लोग हैं। अभी रिटायर्ड CPW से इंजीनियर हैं गर्ग साहब, हमारे चेयरमैन साहब 10,000 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं। किन चीज़ों का? जो ट्रेडिशनल हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स, इस देश में दो चीज़ों का मुकाबला नहीं, दिमाग जो सॉफ्टवेयर के कारण से पूरे वर्ल्ड में उछाले, और हैंडीक्राफ्ट जो बारीक काम करना, आज भी हमारी दो ही ताकत है। इन ताकत को इस देश के लीडरशिप ने पहली बार पहचाना, और सारा जो थ्रस्ट है वो इन्हीं चीज़ों पे। अब भारतीय भाषाओं में इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ाना सबको पता ना मुश्किल है, किताबें नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, माइंड से। उसके बाद भी 15-20 कॉलेजों ने ऑफ किया है। मैनेजमेंट थ्रू हनुमान चालीसा, बच्चे हंसेंगे आज। मैनेजमेंट थ्रू गीता इंदौर में जो रामकृष्ण मिशन से दीक्षित इंदौर IIM में पढ़ा रहे, और बड़े बड़े PSC उनको हाथ जोड़ के बुलाते हैं कि 3 दिन का सेशन दे दें। तो हमारी जो अपने ऊपर विश्वास करना शुरू करें, अपनी क्षमताओं पर, अपनी जो कुछ लिखा हुआ है, हमारा तो इतिहास भी हमें मूर्ख बनाने के लिए 800 साल हमारे गायत्री में 800 साल। मैं कपिल जी से पूछूँ कि इनको आवश्यकता भी नहीं पड़ी कि आज भी कोई मुझे ये नहीं बता पाया शंकराचार्य जी का समय क्या है, चाणक्य का एक्चुअल टाइमिंग क्या है। सब हमें गलत पढ़ा दिए, वैसे वर्णर हमने उनको स्वीकार किया। 40 बेड का हॉस्पिटल तमिलनाडु में, पत्थर पे लिखा हुआ पूरा इंस्क्रिप्शन है कि 40 बेड का इंडोर हॉस्पिटल, इसके अंदर सर्जरी से लेके, सुश्रुत का नाम किसका ना सुना, बच्चों से तो नहीं बता पाए, मैडम तो हाथ खड़े कर, चरक कौन था नहीं बता पाएंगे। ये दुर्भाग्य है, परंतु ये धीरे धीरे इससे निकलेंगे। जैसे अभी बताया, चेंज योग को योगा बना दिया तो समझ में आ रहा है। बाबा रामदेव को जब उन्होंने पहली बार जवाहरलाल नेहरू स्टेडियम में कार्यक्रम कराया तो 1 करोड़ रुपए इकट्ठा करके हमारे वैश्य अग्रवाल समाज ने दिया। आज 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए पूरे देश में अपना भी नाम बढ़ा दिया, देश का नाम भी बढ़ा दिया। अपना एजुकेशन बोर्ड से लेकर MBBS और आयुर्वेद की 3 साल में आपको सारी पढ़ाई नजर आएगी। इकोनॉमिकली उसमें आप इमेजिन नहीं कर सकते किसी कंपनी की ग्रोथ, जो आप सारा पढ़ते हैं, सारी ये पतंजलि का जो टोटल एसेट बेस है, इमेजिन करके आप बताएं 5 साल में कितना होने वाला है। कोई भी सारे प्रोफेसर सीनियर कोई बताए 5 साल बाद उसका टोटल उसकी टर्नओवर क्या होगी, ये एसेट बेस क्या होगी। एक तो हो चुका है, लगभग 1 हो चुका है। आज उसकी जो कल्टीवेशन है, लोकेश जी, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की या सारे जो पहाड़ खाली पड़े थे, और भारत सरकार ने जो योजनाएं बनाई, आज की तारीख में लगभग 50,000 एकड़ जमीन में पाम ऑयल और रबड़ और ये प्लांटेशन हुई, जो सरकार ने खाली थी, सरकार ने दे दी। मैं चलो 5 साल बाद होंगी, तो उससे टर्नओवर आने वाला है 2 लाख करोड़। TM बशीर उनके बोर्ड में है, उनका बेटा यहाँ पढ़े थे, इंडियन बैंक एसोसिएशन के चेयरमैन रहे, इंडियन बैंक के CFO रहे। उनके बोर्ड में तो कई बार मिलते तो बता रहे हैं, घर साहब इमेजिन नहीं कर पाएंगे कि एक आदमी सामान्य गुरुकुल से पढ़ा हुआ, सामान्य गांव से निकला हुआ, वो आदमी कितनी ग्रो कर सकता है। और फुर्ती देखिए, यदि आप देखें यूट्यूब पे कि सवेरे वो किलोमीटरों में उसकी इंडस्ट्री बेस, किलोमीटरों में। तो इस देश का जो पोटेंशियल है, उस पोटेंशियल की हमने बिल्कुल भी उसका उभरने नहीं दिया, और हमें केवल दीनहीन बता के, हमें मूर्खों का देश बता के हम तो भेड़े चराते थे, हम तो ये करते थे, और हम कुछ है ही नहीं। भेड़ चराने वाली माता अहिल्या उस परिवार में पैदा हुई थी 300 साल पहले, जिसने जो राज करके दिखाया, उसको कभी आज की डेट में आप उस पर यूट्यूब पे ही पढ़ लें। कि एक महिला जल्दी उम्र में विधवा हो गई हो, परंतु कितनी उसने किया कि देश के लगभग सारे तीर्थों का कर दिया, सारा अच्छा बढ़िया राज करके दिखा दिया और शासन व्यवस्था अच्छी करके दिखा। इसलिए हमारा उद्देश्य आपको वो इस संस्था के जरिए हम लोगों को अपने ऊपर विश्वास करने वाले नागरिकों का निर्माण हो, उसके लिए विश्वविद्यालय भी चल रहा है, ये भी चल रहा है। अभी भी इच्छा है कि अभी हम शायद 10 तारीख को एक 200 बेड का हॉस्पिटल शुरू कर रहे हैं और अल्टीमेटली 2030 तक उसको मेडिकल कॉलेज तक पहुंचाएंगे, ताकि हम मेडिकल साइंस में भी हमारे एक मित्र मिल गए ह्यूस्टन में, वो भी 80 साल के करीब। उन्होंने कहा कि मैं नर्सिंग इतनी ट्रेंड करना चाह रहा हूँ कि वो डॉक्टर की जरूरत ना पड़े, नॉर्मल उस कॉन्सेप्ट को उसने अमेरिका में अप्रूव कराया। दुर्गा अग्रवाल है, दिल्ली कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग के अलमनी है। अभी 500 करोड़ रुपए उन्होंने ह्यूस्टन में डोनेट किया सर्विसिंग अपने और अपनी पत्नी के नाम पर, वहाँ का एक बड़ा बिजनेस स्कूल। तो वो मोदी जी से अप्रूव करा के 2 गुजरात और महाराष्ट्र में 2 नर्सिंग कैसे शुरू करा दिए पायलट प्रोजेक्ट। तो इसलिए मैं आपसे 2 घंटे पहले ही होंगे, मैंने भी 10 मिनट आपके दे दिए। आप अच्छी जगह आए, अच्छे वातावरण में आप पढ़ेंगे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हमारी कोशिश से बेस्ट आपको दे। अभी ये जो ब्लॉक बनाया है, अभी 25 करोड़ रुपए लगा के बनने में कोरोना के कारण 5 साल लग गए, तो जो चीज़ हमने ऐसी बनाई जो होनी चाहिए। और ये जो भी यहाँ 1 रुपया भी कोई आता है तो वो यहाँ खर्च होता है। और आप लोगों से जो तीसरा बैच है, मरवा साहब सारा देख रहे हैं, हमारे जो फाइनेंशियल को देखें तो अब तक तो कोई दूसरा कोई होता तो कहता है मरवा साहब क्लोज करो। यूनिवर्सिटी चला रहे हैं, 40 करोड़ पर ईयर का लॉस है विद इंटरेस्ट हिमाचल में 10 साल से, जो हम प्रॉफिट लॉस के लिए काम नहीं कर रहे। हम नेशन बिल्डिंग का काम है, स्लो काम है, धीरे धीरे होगा और थैंकलेस काम है। कोई इसको अच्छा नहीं बताएगा, कोई देगा या तो डोनेशन से एडमिशन होता है, कोई कुछ भी कह सकता है, परंतु हमारा अपना जो ध्येय है, महाराजा अग्रसेन जी के बताए हुए रास्ते पर चलते हुए उन्होंने जो 5100 साल पहले किया था, वो यदि हम फिर सारे मिलकर कर सके तो इस देश को 2047 बहुत जो टारगेट है, मेरा मानना है कि ये देश थोड़ा सा करवट लेके खड़ा हो जाए तो 2035 तक हम 36 तक जो जिस दिन ओलंपिक इस देश में होगा 2036 में, आप देखना है कि हम निश्चित तौर पर 3rd वर्ल्ड की इकोनॉमी होंगे, अपने ऊपर विश्वास करके। और आप लोग ये 20 साल का जो बैच आ रहा है, अभी पहले दोनों बैच के बच्चों को देखा हमने, बहुत अच्छे हैं, लगे रहो। और इसीलिए आपको मिलिट्री मैन को ज़्यादा ला रहे हैं कोशिश करें। हमारे जो मेट को भी आगे बढ़ाया तो मेजर जनरल गोविंद थे हमारे 8 साल में डायरेक्टर। आज भी हमारे जो बेस्ट ब्रेन जितने मिलते हैं, जो दिल्ली कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग के प्रोफेसर रहे, नेताजी सुभाष के फाउंडर डायरेक्टर रहे, वहाँ चेयरमैन रहे, चांसलर रहे, वो सब लोग हमारे यहाँ आज भी जुड़े हुए हैं। और आज हमें लोकेश जी जैसे लोगों का जुड़ाव हुआ है, जिन्होंने मेरे से संपर्क करते रहे, सीखते रहे, लाइव कांटेक्ट में रहे। और थॉमसन ये टीडी भारत तो हमारे साथ बिल्कुल पार्टनर भी हैं, साथी भी हैं। इनके जो मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर भी उनके पिताजी हम कॉर्पोरेशन हमारे साथ, हमारे डिप्टी कमिश्नर थे शैलेंद्र निगम, उनके बेटे हैं ना कंपनी। तो आप सब लोग मिलके देश के लिए कुछ कर सकें, बाकी सारी चीजें आ जाएंगी। इतना टाइम टेबल है इसमें, खेलों के लिए भी जब तक फिजिकल आप 15-20 मिनट योग करें, एक्सरसाइज करें, दौड़े भागे, क्योंकि आपके फिजिकल में देख रहा था बच्चों को, मेरे हिसाब से आधे बच्चे जो स्टेज के आसपास घूम रहे वो फिजिकली अनफिट है, ओवरवेट है, या वो कौन ध्यान करेगा, आप ही नहीं करना। शरीर माध्यम खलु साधना, शरीर माध्यम है किसी भी चीज की अचीवमेंट। तो शरीर को भी फिट रखेंगे, वेट भी बराबर रहे, केवल बुद्धि ज़्यादा रहेगी और बाकी चीज़ नहीं होगी तो भी इम्बैलेंस होगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
सर, महाराजा अग्रसेन टेक्निकल एजुकेशन सोसाइटी का एक हिस्सा होना हमारे लिए एक सम्मान की बात है। आपके शब्द हमारे लिए एक दिशा ही नहीं, हमारे लिए एक परिपूर्ण अभाव है हमारी नई शुरुआत के लिए। आपकी बात सुनने के बाद हमें ये एहसास है कि हम बिल्कुल सही जगह पर हैं। थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर बीइंग हियर। And now, as all great journeys deserve a heartfelt pause, it's now time for a warm note of gratitude. On behalf of Maharaja Agrasen Business School, I extend our sincerest thanks to each dignitary, each guest, each student and each team member who made today's Buniyaad 3.0 celebration a resounding success. To our inspiring speaker, thank you for the wisdom and insights that lit up the auditorium. To our founder, chairman and director, thank you for your dreaming big and making it happen. To the faculty and students team, thank you for the dedication and spirit you bring here every single day. That's some lovely autographs I'm seeing from here.
Yes, please. Desai sir? You can request the first bench to kindly move down stairs to the foyer for the photograph, please. So the first block, can we make a move, quick move, please?
It's time for moving out for the group photo session at the heart of MAIT's campus. I request each and every student of Buniyaad 3.2 to move out for the photo session.
Thank you, sir.
Students, please do maintain decorum. Everybody has to assemble at the fountain area for the photograph, please.
Pennal